Hey everybody, today we're going to take a look at this fire department elevator key box. Now, I'm sure if you've walked around enough in some commercial buildings or apartment buildings that have a couple stories in an elevator, you might have seen one of these boxes that reads kind of ominously, fire department use only, over by one of the elevator banks in that building. And when I first started being interested in the kind of fire protection space when I was younger, I would look at these around and kind of wonder what all was going on with them. And I wondered if there was, switches and electronics back there. I've heard some people be worried that if they bumped the box, there might be some sort of alarm that goes off due to that fire department message on the front, some sort of tamper alarm maybe. And some of those things might be true of particular models of these boxes. But the one I have here to show you today is just going to kind of show you what's usually inside these boxes that I've seen working as a property manager for a couple of years. So if we go ahead and open this up, you can see that my box here is missing the core of the lock on the front. So we'll just pull it right open. You see, the truth of the matter is that there's not a lot in here. This particular model, at least, is basically just a glorified key cabinet. Now you can see it has a very hefty lock and pretty strong construction because some of the keys that could be stored in this box, if they fall into the wrong hands, could be, pretty useful to the crook, and we wouldn't want that. Again, like I said, it's possible that there are certain models that might have some sort of an electronic alarm in here or circuitry to control things within the building. I know that some models of like Knox boxes that you see outside of buildings to allow the fire department to get in the front door have tamper alarms integrated into them. These I don't believe usually have that sort of feature, so it's basically just a metal box holding keys. Now, what makes this at least interesting to us is what types of keys are usually stored in these devices. So the keys you see here I'm using just purely for demonstration to show you how they'd hang on the hooks in this box. But things you might find inside these key boxes, and again, this will vary heavily based on which building you're in and which jurisdiction you're in. This is just what I've seen from my experience. Usually the number one key that you'll have in here is the fire service key, so that the fire department can operate the elevators after they've gone into fire recall. You'll usually also see a independent service key, which essentially allows you to operate the elevator kind of in a more non-emergency mode. I've also seen it used for stuff like a medical emergency, where you don't want to, let's say, put the entire elevator bank into fire recall. You can essentially just take control of one particular elevator out of the bank and operate it like you would in a fire service mode. And that key usually also allows you to operate some of the key switches for some of the lower priority functions in the elevator, such as the lights or shaft access. On the kind of larger hook you see here, I believe that's where you'll usually find an elevator drop key. That and the independent service key or shaft access key is mostly used by the elevator service technicians. They, when they arrive to a property, will usually just grab the keys out of this box. And the last thing for the gentleman with the elevator service company, or even maybe the fire department in some circumstances, you'll usually find either a local master key, that is, to open up areas like mechanical areas relating to the elevator penthouse and the shaft access to the elevator. Sometimes you might just find a grand master for the entire building. And that would allow, again, the elevator technician to get where they need to go if they're just working on the elevator, and allow the fire department to a little bit more easily access different corridors in the building in case they are protected by, let's say, a card access system or just a traditional key and lock system to provide some security in the building. So anyways, there's not much to see in there, but I at least hope that demystifies these fire department use only boxes for you just a little bit. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and have a great day.